Hey guys, this is Josh F151 Tech back with another video. And in this video, I'm actually going to be talking about the Google Clock app icon up here. And I'm going to be talking about why I actually think it needs to have some more attention to detail and a somewhat better design. So let's actually get into this video. So I was actually thinking about making this video a while back because the clock icon has basically been the same, on Google Pixel devices and, Samsung devices or, Motorola, LG when they were still in the game, OnePlus, basically you can get it, basically on any Android device, as long as it has the Google Play Store on it, you can get the Google Clock app basically on any Android device. It doesn't just have to be Pixel phones, or anything like that. But I wanted to make a video, specifically talking about the icon itself, because it's very plain, it's very blah to me, especially compared to the iOS or the iPhone version of the clock app. And I'm actually going to be showing a comparison of that in a minute here. But as you guys can see, it doesn't really blend into the Google ecosystem, like, the other apps do, like the calendar app here, the Gmail app, the files, the drive, the Google phone app, the Google Messages app, and even third-party apps, like Spotify, ESPN, stuff like that, MLB, just, other apps, like Amazon, Best Buy, a lot of them, have a lot of spoof to them, a lot of oomph to them, if you will. And, this clock icon, just looks very plain, in the ecosystem to me, it really does. And I'm sure that you guys can't really unsee it now, now that I've actually talked about it. I haven't actually found anybody talking about it on Reddit, or anything like that, or on, YouTube itself or anything like that. So I figured that I would make a video on it because it's definitely true, that I think that they need to update it, make it look a lot better. So the hands do actually move on there, not that anybody's really going to be using this or the iOS or the iPhone icon, to tell the time. But, this goes to, show you guys, that there's not much attention to detail, like there is actually on the iOS or the iPhone version of the clock app icon. And as you guys can see here, I have a comparison photo here. This is actually the Google, clock icon on the left here, and that's the one on the right here is actually the iOS or the iPhone clock icon on the right there. So, as you can see, the iOS version definitely has more attention to detail. It has numbers on it. The Google one just doesn't have anything. It's basically just, a circle, with another circle. It's basically a blue circle, then, with like a grayish, whitish circle, bordering it. And then it has, like the hands on it, like a clock, but it doesn't actually look like a clock, in my opinion. It kind of does, but then it kind of doesn't, because it doesn't really have any dots, indicating the time or anything, or any, numbers around it or anything like that, like the iOS or the iPhone version does. So, now that I look about, now that I actually look at it, and now that I actually talk about it, that's the thing, you guys are probably, thinking to yourself, Josh is right, you can't really unsee it now, now that I'm actually, talking about it and showing it to you guys. But, the thing is, it's not really that big of a deal, but I figured that I would actually make a video on it, because I was actually looking at it one day and I thought to myself, this doesn't really look like it, really belongs, in the Google ecosystem. It just looks like it's like very plain, very blah, compared to the other Google apps, on my phone, and my other, third-party apps as well. It's not that it's a bad app by any means. It's a really well laid out app. The UI is really nice in it. It's really nice, for setting alarms, seeing world time, seeing, stopwatch, you can do a bunch of different stuff. they actually have a setting in there where you can actually set your Spotify playlists to wake you up and stuff like that. YouTube Music, YouTube, stuff like that. Other music streaming apps and stuff like that. Or files on your phone. Like MP3 files. On your phone. You can wake up to them or whatever. It's a really nice app overall. But the thing is, like the clock icon, itself for the app, it's just very, plain, very blah. And I just wanted to talk about that, and do somewhat of a, comparison video, between, the Google one and the, the iOS one, So, that's basically the video. Some, people might actually laugh about this, but it's honestly true, because I can actually go into the Google Play Store, I can actually search for clock here. And as you guys can see, there are, third-party apps that actually have, alarms and stuff. They might not actually move, on the home screen, like this one does. But like I said, that's just, for, show, basically. Even on the iOS version one, the iPhone version one, that it just moves, to, like have something to, show off is basically what it does. Or, just have something, for a little bit, better, looking thing. So this one's, a third party one, but it also has the, numbers on there, again, more attention to detail. And this one, again, this one has dots on it at least, a little bit more attention to detail there, compared to the Google one. And this one, again, this one has dots or numeric, whatever you want to call it, on there, just a little bit more attention to detail, instead of only having, like I said, basically a blue background, and then a whitish grayish, color, foreground, and then, basically just three hands on it. It doesn't really, look like a clock much in my opinion. It's basically, what I'm getting at in this video. So, I definitely think that they could, use some more attention to detail, on their clock app. I really do. I'm honestly going to leave them a review. Like I said, it's not really that big of a deal because it doesn't hinder your phone or anything, or hinder the app's use or anything like that. But, compared to the, the iOS version, this one is very blah. Like, for example, it doesn't have dots or anything. Like I said, you're not really going to be, telling the time, using that unless you have really good eyesight anyway, even on the iOS or the iPhone version. But, if you're, like me and, you really think about something like that, you really look at it. I was just looking at it one day and I thought to myself, I'm going to make a video on this because it's definitely true. It just looks very blah, like they kind of just threw it together, if you will. So, like I said, it still does move like the iOS one does, or the iPhone, clock app icon does. But it doesn't really, have much attention to detail, like the iOS or the iPhone version does. It kind of, just looks very blah and plain, especially compared to the other Google apps. Like I said, the Google Calendar, the Gmail, the Google Phone app, the Messages app, the Settings app, Google Drive, Google Photos, Google, the Google Play Store in general. I kind of got my words jumbled up there. Sorry about that. But you guys basically get, what I'm getting at. I'm sure that you guys really can't unsee it now. I'm sure that you guys are probably thinking, hey, Josh is really, right about this. It is a really plain looking app, icon. So, but, basically all I'm going to do is I'm going to leave them a review and just tell them, I think that they should, add a little bit more attention to detail, maybe add some numbers, or some dots, to the clock app to make it look a little bit more realistic, is basically what I'm getting at. Like the, iOS or the iPhone version, I'll probably throw that in there, and let them know that, if more people actually do, say this, that they might actually do it. So that's the thing, they just need to make it look a little bit more, a little bit more clean, if you will, or a little bit more, economic, if you will, compared to the other apps, they need to make it look a little bit better, just a little bit more, cleaner, if you will. So, But that's basically the video, guys. Like I said, I was debating on if I was going to make this video or not. But I figured that I would, because it's definitely worth talking about. Like I said, it doesn't really hinder the phone use at all or anything like that. It doesn't make the phone any less usable or anything like that, or make the clock app any less usable. As you guys could see there, it did actually move. So it does move. That's the thing. But like for example, right now, it's kind of hard to pinpoint the time. Like I said, most people aren't going to be using that for their time anyway. They're going to be using the status bar, or their lock screen, or a watch, or other, some other, form of, clock, if you're at your job or something, but, or even at home. But, it's just, the attention to detail, is not really there. Like the only time that you can actually tell the time on it, with this one is if it's actually, like 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, or something like that, then you'll actually be able to tell the time, because then that's when all the hands are going to be, literally, right there, they're going to all be together, but like, if it's like 7:41, like it is right now, it's kind of hard, to pinpoint that, without any, dots or numbers or anything, and as you guys could see, again, it did move again, but, it's just, something that I thought was worth considering talking about. It's not really any, thing that's that big of a deal. But I thought that I would actually, make a video on this and actually talk about it. Because it definitely is true. I wish that they would actually, make this app, blend in a little bit better. Not only with the Google apps, but also the third-party apps as well. And if they don't do that, just at least put some dots on the clock, to make it look a little bit, more realistic, like an actual clock, or put actual, numbers on the clock. That's the thing. Instead of just having it, look so blah. That's just basically, my, feelings about it. But yeah, that's basically the video, guys. That's basically the quick video. I just wanted to make a quick video and talk about this, because like I said, I really did look at it one day. And I thought to myself, I'm going to make a video on this, because it's definitely true. You really can't unsee it now, especially since I've talked about it and explained it in this video. You really can't unsee it now. It just looks very plain, very blah to me. But it's not, really the end of the world. Like I said, it's not really the end of the world. It's still a really well laid out app, really good UI, and a really, nice feature set in the app and everything, with the alarms and everything, the world time, everything like that, the stopwatch, everything like that, being able to, use your playlist to wake up to and everything like that, but, they really, should pay, more attention to detail, in my opinion, especially, considering, with the Google Pixel 9 series coming up and everything like that, they just need to, pay more attention to detail, is basically what I'm getting out here, in their firmware or in their software, if you will. So, but anyway, yeah, guys, that's basically the video. I will actually be making more videos, whether it be on Android or the T-Mobile 5G home internet. I'll definitely be making more videos in the coming days, so definitely stick around for those. But anyway, yeah, guys, like I said, just wanted to get this video out there. If you guys like this video, please like and subscribe. And until next time, guys.